Alrighty.
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward
Really?
enough. What
Really?
it really
Shush.
comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If
Welcome
you
in
study and practice, then it's
to a
usually not all that
Genshin
difficult.
4.2 video. Just barely released out. Grab that stuff from my mail. So you will get, um, as long as you're past level AR5, you'll get this full amount, the 700 of primos, or this is the maintenance compensation. This is an issue with Neolet, Risley, and then this was that one's for no lead. This was for 4.1 issues fixes. So um, we just go here into the shop and then buy mine this way. So things you'll notice here: character banners changed. Of anything except for Charlotte, I have the other two. So uh, I do. I don't have a desire to really grab him as a character. I mean, if I can grab Farina, then any other wishes would go into Baiju. And then you got your banners, everything that we knew ahead of time. So what is my history like? 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 40, 40. So that's 40 there. So I'm at 40. If I run 10, that'll be 50. Oh, oh my gosh, it looked. It was just purple. It looked like we were almost getting an orange. I got another Baiju. That actually puts my check the C6. Not Baiju. Uh, Beto. My Beto is now a C6. I think he was on one of the constellations I'd been when I got it, and then like just all the others. So now my Beto is a C6. It's one of the very few C6s I have. Who's that? Annette. Oh, maybe more than I thought. It's 3 Chongyin. C5 on Xingqiu. C6. That's Traveler. Traveler doesn't count. Traveler doesn't count. Traveler gets C6 out kind of automatically just by running stuff. C4. C4. C1. C3. I just barely picked up Rosario, so I know she's not high. C6 on Dory. That was. I think I was wishing on Nahida. I got Dory up to C6 out of it. C4. This was pretty much through a lot of the events that we were doing. A lot of that's how my Layla got up to C4. C3. So just those three, it looks like, that I have at C6. Most of it's just been wishing on the different events as they've come through. I barely got to see one today. Earlier. I was rolling on the standard banner and got him. C1, C3. My Xinyan. My Xinyan is C6. It was also off a banner as well. She was, I think this is the very first one I C6'd. It was just rolling on banners. That's how I got her there. Yeah. So just the four of them at C6. I mean, Kali has a chance. Charlotte has a chance. Like I kind of could roll my 6. See what I get. Blue, blue, so blue. 6 blues. So I don't know where Beto fell in the on my out of it, so I don't know the number between 69 to 40. That's 56 now. I should be able to get. I won my last 2, so I don't know if I'll win my 50-50 still. It kind of scares me a bit. I mean, if I get Farina in this round, I'd get her. If I don't, then I don't. She will come back and she's in 4.6, 4.4 probably. 4.4, since we're in 4.2. So, she will be back. Building my stuff is crap. I'm terrible at this stuff. Where did I even pick that up from? I just got those. And that's how I'm gonna run through. I only got 2, so I didn't even get another wish out of those. Alright, so, here's another world quest. So, this area here is one of the new opened up world areas. And that's the only one I see. I know they were doing this one. This is the one I did mention was getting opened up. Because this is where the lighthouse is. I thought there was a second area. So that's the base there. I'm not going to do my characters. Actually, I want to go into story. I do want to see if we can. So we did the Fountain of Lucine. Does have its next. You know, you can get your next 2 ranks out of it. Your next ranks out of it. If you had collected upward, pretty much everything from the up to this point, you should be at 32. Yeah, it's just going to be the same repeat order. Because 31, 32, go back to 20s. Goes in there, that. Let's see, Catalyst is this time. Down there. Down there. Yeah, so it should be the same, 28, 29. But you should be able to get your fountain up to 40 this time. 2 wishes. 2 standard wishes. Wait, I got one more wish. Where did I get that from? Maybe I didn't use all my wishes. Like I said, I just barely got Rosario on my standard. Yeah. I got a Dignari and a Rosario earlier today when I was doing some of my stuff. So, but this is the new area right here. I've been wanting to go in this area for so long. What the? Oh, that's the new jellyfish. So this is the new that jellyfish, you know, it's gonna have monochromatic. It's your only monochromatic that is above land, above water. And it is gonna have some stuff. What's this one? Achievements Xenochromatic Ball Octopus ability. Range even on land. It's It's about holding it to aim and release. This is pretty cool. Okay, that should be high enough. I wonder if it's like something you can like DX. Grab the ball. You can move the monochromatics. And now a little bit. Oh nope, I got it. So you can use it to remove your monochromatics. That's probably has other abilities. Nothing I can see directly away. But I'm trying to get to the there's a decent board location. Maybe you can use it to trigger these. Nope. These are hydro triggered, so I wasn't sure. Harmonious reed pipe. Requires our privileges by bursting new bubbles to be activated. Wow, that's cool. That is a really nifty mechanic. This is all normal. I just want to unlock checking what the map is before I go into. Ooh, this place looks cool. Puzzles. Whoa! We're getting shot at. We're getting shot at. There's underwater cannons. Oh my gosh, Ohio. Go. Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, wow. Like a little kid in a candy shop or something, you know? It's just so cool. Alright, let's see what this area looks like. Oh. This part didn't open up. Only this part opened up with that. This has to be story related or something like that. I bet you this is story related. There's a I'm trying to think. Farina has a story on her questline. So here's the tower, the lighthouse that we've been seeing in the distance. There's a wave rider. There's another one. Okay. The underwater definitely looks pretty cool. Definitely an interesting looking underwater area. So this area will be definitely good to explore. Mine's at level 6. It did show some more chest. This way for the... Oh, there's a hole there. I was like, where is it? I really want to do a video Well, okay, so you're using those again. No, but that's going to be something else. I'll get other videos to cover some of this stuff. I want to do a video with all the crazy stuff that hilly churls do. If you know any good hilly churls stuff that they're doing, I would love kind of go by region. I'm gonna like document it and stuff.
It's all yours.
I gotta make some documents on it, but kind of cool stuff. The different hilly churl, the hilly churls. I really like them, and ever since getting to Fontaine, I started noticing them doing weird stuff, and then I started going back to the other areas, and they're doing them there. It's kind of cool that, you know, Hoyo is, you know, making them kind of part of the game. There's another travel waypoint that I want to grab real quick. Haven't seen any new xenochromatics. Oh, jellyfish. Oh no, we've had those. Because jellyfish are explosive hats. Always reminds me of Super Mario Odyssey. With Mario throwing the hat guy around. So those xenochromatics are just, they're not ones you can pick up. They're ones you interact with, same as on land. It's, there it is. Wow, this is going to be really cool to search and investigate and, you know, do all the fun stuff that you do in the area, but everything I picked 156. Okay, so I'm going to pop back to, I think, I don't know where the starting point on this is. I'm going to just go back to this Statue of the Seven here. And going to jump into, I really want to jump into the Archon quest. Oh, they've really, you know, like, I like Farina, but I want to know what's going to happen to her. I think she's kind of like Nahida, where the original Archon had sealed away part of her.
I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Return to the dormitories. Really? Back in the Fortress of Meripede. Huh. But so kind of like where Nahida wasn't like fully in charge of her faculties and everything, and until we got further into the quest, the Archon quest did, you know, we released, you know, we found the original Archon and released Nahida to her full capabilities. I think it's going to be a similar type thing with Farina. Some time has passed since enters Fortress Meripede. Your sentence is almost over.
For a little rest after breath. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Meripede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures.
You mean, Paimon? We've been leaving the fortress over and over again. We've been going all over the place. I did like the Fortress of Meripede. It was a very interesting storyline. But, I mean, kind of...
Please sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meripede via the regular channels.
Via the regular channels.
Let's hurry up and...
What's happening?
Oh.
I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke.
There's something I wanted to do. Oh yeah. So here's the other piece, is this storyline here. You gotta complete the Archon quest to do it though. So
Alright, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
that tremor was kind of worrying.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two.
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface.
From
Over
the
the years
surface?
of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fort.
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the by the way.
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release paper?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's you two.
When is Siege Wing coming? I want Siege Wing.
Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
When do
If
we get...
you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us.
I knew you'd ask.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries. You.
Ah, so you do have a polite spirit.
Ouch!
Down here
Ouch,
for so long.
Paimon.
I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too? Yeah, don't worry. We'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here.
I hope you won't leave as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who asked it, we should probably go report to him now. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
Interesting. Go to the Palisade Memorial. To the Palisade. I can't, like, pronounce half this crap. Oh boy. Mermonia. Palisade Mermaid. Oh my. Like in some of my other
Take it easy.
game videos where I just start renaming things.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity
I did get it
today.
right.
Halt!
Oh. Sedane?
Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me, would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. But you can see yourselves in.
Sedane.
Everyone's so busy.
The knave is up to something, I think.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
Interesting. They did a really good job with a lot of things. That clock just looked so flat, not...
All right.
A lie,
I
right?
should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede. And it appears that you have managed to complete all the release.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how?
It's not from Fontaine.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
Oh, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular
Ah.
matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After
Near
the shaking
Poisson?
stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon.
Oh no.
If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Oh dear.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I've finished things here.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
All right. To Poisson. Les poissons. To the fish. Whoa.
Oh no! What happened here?
That was from the earthquake. I mean, they were the closest to the epicenter by what they're saying.
Navia should be around here, right?
Usually anyone, like, buildings near an epicenter just, like, take huge damage. I've been in a fairly large earthquake. It was like 8.5. And I got to go out to the area near the epicenter, and like, the area where I was okay, but the buildings near that epicenter were just
Seen
not
a
good.
single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's some.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right.
At least the Spina, we know the Spina di Cerula is at work here.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
Wet. But I mean, she shows signs of having gotten wet, but I mean, unless it's like caught in something, or, I mean, this had been primordial seawater. It definitely would have a different effect on this area.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance.
Demoiselle,
There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge.
This is...
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater.
What?
Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water
Primordial
levels
seawater.
rose, they suddenly disappeared. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful.
Oh.
And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
What has to work?
For being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me.
Well, we can go down in the area.
Can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Loosen the
Demoiselle,
silver.
we've got a situation here.
Oh.
Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Organization or decision.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course,
The two of them
we
got
should
caught up
remain
by
ready
the
for anything,
seawater.
and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Yeah, they got caught up in the water. That's sad. I mean, they're probably helping people, and I'm guessing that's what it was, is they were trying to help someone, and in the process they got caught by the primordial seawater. I liked those two. They were pretty good characters.
Take it easy.
I mean, they weren't main characters, they were side characters, but I mean, even as side characters, they were really good side characters, so.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting Grey.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia?
Mm. But that's who she is.
Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver. They won't ever come back here again.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still... I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time, and they were caught in this... I've known them for so
I
long.
knew it.
And I know they weren't afraid. I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone. I just can't...
Everything looks so clean
but-
after it rains. Even the gravestones.
That's
I
how
didn't
they
expect
lived.
that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey!
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you,
I like the
Demoiselle,
two of them.
the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else.
I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise.
You can put in headstones.
I'm sorry
Markers.
for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them.
But they lived their lives to help
sorry.
people. They lived their lives to help
Spend as
other
much
people.
time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina,
They should put a marker or something like that for all of them.
Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So,
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
right. Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now
Wow.
was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your word.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Ah, it's a knave.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Ah, is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter, but that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the knave,
You're
Spina
Spina
Disarula
Disarula.
received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag
That's
about, nor
not
do I
normal
intend
for 'em.
to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster.
How?
Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say
A lot of
that.
them aren't Fatui,
You
so
and your
or
subordinates did everything you could.
Fontanians.
As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person, and they weren't the price paid for others' salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. I thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
For jolly
Allow me
cooperation.
to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck. And at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task.
You sure you can trust me?
The Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such. Even though you are not from the house, I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing.
Why not help your residents?
Being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
She needs company right now. We could be that company if she goes to explore.
Since you put it that
Sounds
way,
good.
I have no objections. What do you say, traveler?
We'll travel
All
together.
right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
I wonder if they were messing around with the ruins and caused the freaking earthquake. I think it was Fatui's fault again. Okay, so see the ruins here, this was originally blocked off. This is part of the new area. I'm pretty sure the Fatui were messing around with something. And caused the earthquake that caused the primordial sea to go up. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. Somehow, they're always in the middle of something going wrong. There's tons of wood for your freaking tubby. Nah, I've been building the sets in my tea house, my teapot, so that I could get the primos and stuff out of them, because I had never done it before. And man, it's a pain when you don't have enough wood.
So, are these the ruins
Oh.
that Dave was talking
See,
about?
I knew it. There's.
Whoa, talk about old.
They seem
I
to
knew
be
it.
pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
They were monkeying with the ruins. The Fatui caused the earthquake. Place of Secrets. Recommended level 90. Yeah, I got a level 90 already. This is my strongest team. This is the team I take into lots of things. So, I really like it. It's one of my favorite teams. Because I can hyper bloom like no other in this team. Okay, we got some water here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So we don't have Navia with us in the team. Like as a trial character or anything. But I mean, not sure when she's coming anyway, so I'm not surprised. I thought it'd be pretty cool to have her with us. She's just along as a story character. Doesn't look like I can climb those. I wanted to see if there's anything up there. I can't seem to climb the ruins. Oh, there's just nothing up there. Okay. Let's look over here. Oh, this is locked as well. Huh. Interesting. I wanted to explore those areas. Where's that? What's his name? What's his name? um, I forgot what's his name's name. Oh no, he's at. Okay, he's not here. Caterpillar. Hilly churls. Something of the abyss is up. Like I said, I can hyperbloom like no other with this team. I have found hyperbloom to be like my favorite ability. I mean, hyperbloom and Burgeon, those are so useful. Okay, we got a really weird puddle of water right there. What? Huh? So I jumped in the water there and I reappeared back. Oh, come on. Don't tease me like this. See, look.
The floor here isn't safe.
Really, Paimon? Are you sure about that? The floor here isn't safe. It just fell out from under our feet, Paimon. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Is there anything over here? See, here's another, like, pool. Although jumping in here didn't do anything. Not like last time. The other one sent me in a loop. This one just... No, we're not diving into the pool. What if this is a box we can break? Nope, can't break it. Okay.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
I think it might be the source.
And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
No,
We don't want anything to
you're
happen.
right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
It's a rough way back.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
We'll check it out.
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now then, but please be careful.
I was gonna say that water looked not good. Or a resurrection active. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
It's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
Can't break that pot. Okay, here's a climb path. Okay, can we break these pots? Nope. This looks like it had a picture in it at some point. Really nice frame. I kind of like the design of the frame and stuff. I have like a C type thing that something like would look great in there. Yes, we're in this most dangerous area and I'm just admiring the scenery. It is really nice. I mean, I love what they like how they designed it. Wait a minute, we're underwater. Or possibly underwater. Like the tables and stuff. These are really nice. The pots, they're not doing too well, the vases. But supposedly they're old, so, I mean, I really like them. They're pretty cool looking. Look, it's a door to a room of more primordial seawater. What the heck? That was weird. That was so weird. Whoa, camera's doing weird things. Oh, look at all that primordial seawater down there.
There's something wrong with this bridge. Run for it!
Yes, the bridge is collapsing. That's what's wrong with it. You can't fly, traveler. Oh no. What happened to Navia? Did she fall in? Did someone save her?
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
Hmm? Oh, was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh,
Huh.
right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, and I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes, I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Maloose. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How...
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor Obina was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it, Miss Navia.
Aren't these people
These
on
are
the
some
list?
flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Maloose, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previous. I've heard this name before. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh?
Well, now, did you...
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
What?
My trial?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh?
What? Huh?
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people.
They were the people on the list.
Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Why?
Hey,
What's
what kind
going
of
on?
place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held
It's
in
her
high
guilt for
regard
letting
by
them all
every
die.
soul After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just...
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one
What?
big family. All of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh?
What?
Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this? What is there to discuss?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comment.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
What's wrong?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of...
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mistress Ronville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master
What's
Callus
going
couldn't
on?
stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all.
Like some weird dream she's having while in the water.
Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro, and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle, and that is how we will enforce justice.
My head.
Demoiselle!
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very—
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all. Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn?
What in the world?
You possibly hope to stand against the collective. Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
Oceanids.
He says we're jealous. Jealous.
They're turning into
Possibly
oceanids.
be an independent individual.
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navi.
Silence.
Nouvellette. Where did he come from?
That's...
What is going on?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Nouvellette came to help, and
This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
my gosh, he's gonna be...
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus. Silver.
So,
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, Demoiselle.
when they're being dissolved by the primordial waters, they become oceanids. Interesting.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were
He saved her at the
about to
last
be
minute.
dissolved within, but I think I saw two Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention,
There's Malus
I
and
would not
Silver.
have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
People that are dissolved to become
Perhaps
oceanids.
those two Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about.
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk?
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewin. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the Fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewin would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewin made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the Fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then.
What should we talk?
So, Neverlet, you're probably quite the swimmer. This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
Neuvillette saved her consciousness from the primordial sea, preventing her from becoming an oceanid. So everyone's who's getting absorbed by the sea is turning into oceanids. I think that's what like part of the prophecy means.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
That was weird. Hilly Trolls in here. Usually, Hilly Trolls in these groups are tied to the Abyss. I wonder what this has to do with the Abyss Order.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Oh, it doesn't go down. Okay. What the heck? Is he gonna move me back up? Yeah. Gosh. Well, at least it keeps looping me through. I keep getting the... Keeps falling apart as we're going everywhere. There we go. Oh, come on. Foreboding music. You can't do that. This is not allowed. I was going to do Days first, but... The guys are almost dead. I'm not going to have time to burst. Okay. Oh no, I'm going higher. Oh, stop with the music! My gosh. Weird. Hey, look, there's treasure. There's an exquisite chest at the top. And Morbus. Well, at least I'll get a chance to use his burst. Take this, punks.
Things are about to get dicey. Lightning purified! Dissipate!
Okay. That was quick. What the? That kind of looks like the thing on the top of India Kamiya, where it changes night to day and stuff. That's what it kind of reminds me of. This is so cool. I love this area. Okay, we got 2 things to interact with here. No? Okay, no interactions. More abyss? Cleaning results parting. Escape the space of the head. Oh, this place is...
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
What is this
Had
place?
some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
There's something here. Like there's statues.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
One has Farina sitting on...
Total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past.
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems
Multiple of
so
them kneeling.
dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly
That's from the
matches
prophecy
the
of-
content of the prophecy.
The Hydra Archon will cry.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
I wonder what the first one was. What is he doing?
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
I wonder if
Don't
the
blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette.
the first one we looked there
Ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
is the original Archon.
These slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
Huh. That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then.
Okay.
I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a pot? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that
Previous
any
Hydro
further
Dragon.
clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Created the slates, doesn't matter now. The real question is, but truly play out the process details. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to put on this is wow. They really dropped some. I mean, there's definitely huge lore pieces right there. I'm going to look at the slates a little bit. Yeah, so that's what I thought. This one was the original Hydro Archon. The people in the water. This must have been when Farina came to him. So that's her origin here. Because if you have the original Hydro Archon, her origin, and then the final stage of the prophecy here where Farina cries upon her throne. That is what is here. Huh. What was there is the real trick. That is interesting. Very, very interesting.
What up here? I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Paimon, you just float around and do nothing.
Have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Sounds good.
Are you gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition. All right.
They dropped a whole bunch. My word.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Oh?
And there's good food too! Navia, no, the boss is the best. Ooh, desserts!
Duck confit? I forgot what the red piece was.
What happened today?
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Mona? Mona, what are you doing here?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
What the? Why is Mona here? Yeah.
everybody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Oh, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan. Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
That's a mouthful.
That's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great scholar of the stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus. Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
Triple strength battler.
Anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same.
But we've been around a lot of it.
Ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Teyvat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world.
Whoa.
I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
Fate of the world?
Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
We get to meet Mona's teacher?
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best!
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
That would be pretty cool to meet her.
Goes quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. Huh. The things Paimon does for you. That's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of sleepy.
Really? What's new, Paimon?
Traveler, we agreed to go see Novelette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Supposedly there's new dishes around somewhere. I wonder if he has any. Large disputes. Oh, okay. Well, let's go back up to. This one should be close to the stalls. What the heck? An argument at the steam yard. Must be part of the world. Wait. Stick it here. Something. Decided on the killer stuff. What happened? Driven weight into genius by the evil society's power expanding. Investigator, a bad novelist. You're cawing like a crow. We also publish fantastical stories, you see. So that seemed kind of fantastical. Tell us short. The missing employees, Sir Arthur. Rings any bells? The names on it. Steambird's name there. Oh, the bird is missing. Against me? Yeah, it's you. Sir Arthur. Return. This is merely Curve, Talashard's assistant. Curve. Belonging to the Marseilles fence and remotely operated by someone back in the office. I'm bring you up to the Arthur back. you know? There's name worse. To be honest. Kurt, what did you tell her? Let me answer all other questions on the city. This team word I would have no permission. Kids, cat, mouse, fire, by month. We're in. That's great. You're playing hooky. Show them their notes. Say the same ones. Should still be clues to be found. There's like footprints all over the place. So we got all these residents' testimonies. Oh, this must be a different storyline. Let's see. Bring up the quest. I wasn't even trying to do this. There's profits. There it is. Questioning Melusine and Answering Machine Act 1. Looks like just it's not a major world quest, but it is another world quest. So that will be covered in a different video. I really wanted to come down before going to see Nouvellette. Snack shop. He does not have any food. You can, if you talk to him, get a fish and chips from him, though. Although fish and chips is defensive food, so I don't know if you would want that or not. But. Ah, here's the new one. La lettre à folklores. And blubber profiterole. Please don't say we gotta cook blubber beasts. I like them. Cook and see if we can find those. Blubber fritoles. Blubber fritters. There it is. Blubber profiterole. Creamy, a cream-filled dessert, fluffy figure crust cradles rich cream within, round, nearly bursting with cute. Has a blubber beast belly. Few hearts can escape being unstared. Oh, okay, that's why they're called blubber profiterole. Okay, phew. Cassoulet. I don't know if that's the one we just picked up. Barbanos. Stripes du Port. Cafe Boss. These are all like their new stuff. Like if I got. These are old ones. I think that's the other one. Simply put the ingredients, casserole, mix them up, cook until ready to serve. The whole name of this dish is glabrous beans, fowl confit, and smoked sausage stew. Cassoulet casserole, side of marcotte. I think that's what it was. Oh no, here it is. La lettre à folklores. I don't know what it is. Terrible at that one. It is a defensive one. Max HP by 2020 seconds. Small cake shaped into a large rectangle. I know exactly what that is. I hate making those. Said long, long ago, certain pâtissier used great love of the people of Fontaine. The hierarch and his inspiration create this confectionery masterpiece. The main fold layer is stacked. See this one, if you cook it, it should be nouvelette. Nope, no specialties. Because I have nouvelette. So there's a lot of recipes and stuff in here that I would love to do. Like a gaming grub. And some, like a couple cooking episodes just by cooking some of these recipes. That'd be fun. It'd be kind of interesting to do. But we must go see Monsieur Nouvelette. Yeah, I knew what that. When I started reading, I knew what that dessert was. Oh man, it's tasty, and a lot of people really like it. But it is if you're the person making it, it's a pain. Hey, look, it's Sadine.
You're here! Finally!
What's going on?
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy. The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Like, it's like it's sealed away, like she doesn't
Forgive
understand.
me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
He keeps eyes
Since
on
you know
lots of
about my
things.
secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
She's hiding something. I
Did
don't.
Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. Huh. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
She's hiding something.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh, you noticed. Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Put her on trial. That's why she's going on trial.
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
What?
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
The knave. There's only one person. Right, on a boat. Somewhere in quiet Poisson. Navia?
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster.
Oh, Lynette.
So it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to
Lenny?
enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Feminine.
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Feminine.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little
Oh,
long-winded, don't you
Clarind.
think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that
Interesting.
is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Lenny.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
You put her on the
come
spot.
now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
It's funny.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not
Hunting?
that I recall.
Fermine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters.
Which
Though
is
that was their name, they did not
a
hunt
relic.
animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today,
Oh.
Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
Hmm.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Hmm.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why is that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
It's metaphor.
Seeing ourselves as hunters? It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
It's metaphoric. The relationship between you is such a dire state. She is simply the secret she is keeping, attempting to take her secrets as an act of sack. Religious disrespect that must be done to prevent Fontaine from seeing the waters of prophecy. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap, and that's what you will need. Interesting. This has gotten really interesting. I mean, and this is only the first act, correct? Chapter 4, Act 5. This is... oh no, it's just Act 5. So they only have the one act for this one.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, from Remine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all,
Wow,
you're the most
vote of
remarkable
confidence.
person in the world, aren't you? Huh? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be
It's
frightened.
Mona's
I'm
instructor.
just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice? But there's no...
Ah, have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
No exception.
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall?
What?
Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
Huh.
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Agent, this is clearly leaving for us. This company seems to be outside.
What? I want to hear someone talking. All right, coming.
More diligent.
Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Mona!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes!
It's Charlotte.
Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist. I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Huh?
Mage and
Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hex and Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa.
I mean, we found with the other gods that
Sounds like a
there's a
scary
lot of
ghost.
things that they couldn't see and understand.
Really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh,
Yep.
we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful. Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
I like
There we
Mona.
go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. Oh, I need to get going.
Mona, what are you up to?
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Interesting that an astrologian believes in coincidence.
Kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
So, I'm going to stop this video here. Not sure how much more is left here. But I'll pick it up in my next one. Still quite so much time just like lost on. Wait, why is there a statue of the Seven there? Oh, it's right there. That's the one to the other area. Whoa, it's like right there. It's a little tough to see, but...
Take it easy.
Yeah, it's right here. Oh. Right, I missed that. And this is the other. So you have this area. It's kind of like right here. And then we have this area, which is over here. Definitely quite a bit opened up with that. So it's quite a lot. I was looking at this World Quest, and then it's like Statue of the Seven. up to 7? Just 7. Oh, that's another achievement section, probably. So, disaster. Objective, stage of fate. And then there's a third. What did Subaru have? Subaru had 1, 2, 3. The Fontaine 1, 2, 3. I don't know if we're gonna get many more areas. 4 waypoints. It's not the full list of treasures. I know that. What the? That's the Narc. That's gotta be with the world quest. That's gotta be the other area. Hmm. 2 Shrine of the Depths and 24 waypoints. These are the 2 definites we know for here. But the rest of this, these will just slowly build up over time. I mean, I have this one, which is 100% now. This one, you know, that's going to take time, but... Wait, is this, I know there was a 4th area. So there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for, Sumeru. 1, 2, 3, 4, because Endokamiya. 4, and then the Kazuma. So there's 4 areas per each one. So we do have another area to be opened up to us. But, yeah, that's good. Man, I feel like I've just drank from a fire hose. Honestly, like, the amount of lore and everything that they started down on this, in just this one here.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Look at that, just there. Another one of the bubble things there. Wow, I mean, this is definitely a lot of stuff to keep you busy for a little while, so... let's see what this guy shooting out to. Yeah, see, I'd have to push him up right now. Wait a minute, this is the one I was at earlier. I went right... No, I couldn't have gone right past this one. Let's see. No, it just looks as similar. Because I don't see the thing right here. Because I need a thing to push this guy. But, yeah, push him close to that tree. And then I can grab... Then you can grab that. Hydroculus. There's a lot more cool things going on. There's another hilly troll digging. What are those hilly trolls doing? They're so fun. It's like he's arguing with the other one. Man, I love hilly trolls. They're fun. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here at this point.
Take it easy.
Not sure when I get a chance to pick the video back up. But if you are playing Genshin, you know, no matter where you're at in the story, if you've started 4.2 or you're still working your way up to it, I hope you're enjoying it. I've really had a lot of fun time enjoying Genshin. It's really, the game is really good. I have a, I wouldn't say it's a secondary account. It's kind of being, it's one I'm developing for someone else. I guess you could say. My kid kind of half plays, not even half plays, like 10% plays. So I've been developing an account for him. But going back through the story and stuff, on that one, just kind of, like refresher type stuff, really just kind of brings the game more fully around. It's always interesting when you start another one because you have all your knowledge that you have doing this one, doing my main one, that I apply to that one. And I mean, I don't have all the same characters, but I've definitely built them up similar. He's got some characters I want. But yeah, we'll end this video here. If you are playing Genshin, no matter where you're at, like I said, no matter where you're at in the line, I hope you're enjoying it. It is a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, you can do it free to play. There's the couple gotchas, but there's a lot of primos available to you in the early ons and stuff, even throughout the whole thing. So, shush. But early on, there's a whole lot of things that different and available. So, there's a lot of primos available. Even right now, doing all this, there's still primos. I've still got tons of primos to collect from chests and stuff. I'm not 100% on all my areas and stuff. So, it's a lot of, I can say it's a lot of fun. It's a good game, and you can do it free to play. You don't have to fall into the gotcha of it. I know many people that do, but you can avoid the gotcha. It is possible. But as always, don't forget to do the YouTubes, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And as always, we're gamers. I hope you're enjoying gaming. We'll see you next time.